Hey guys, I've decided to make a video kind of like a personal journal for Vincent's eye issues that are going on, just to kind of keep everybody updated with what we find out when we find out what's going on. So back in, I want to say 2015, Vincent was in preschool here in Topeka, and the Lions Club came to do a test on all the kids' eyes. The machine that they has looks at the eyes and it tells you if the eyes are shaped in a specific way and if the child needs to go into like an eye doctor. Before then, we had no indications that he would have any visual impairments, but according to the Lions Club, he did. So we took him into a local eye doctor, and we had an exam done. They told us that he had a stigmatism in his eye, which is very, very common, and gave him a prescription for glasses, and we went on with our life from there. The following year, when it came to his annual eye checkup, he couldn't read the illuminated letters, when they turn off the light and they illuminate the letters or the pictures, depending on the age of the child. He couldn't read any of that. So the eye doctor said, does he know his alphabet? And of course he does. He tried pictures as well. Vincent couldn't see any of that. And they did the regular exam, and his prescription was showing that nothing had changed as far as his prescription went. So the doctor did some other little special tests, looked in his eyes, and was having a hard time seeing his macula reflecting light. So we were referred to a pediatric specialist in Lawrence, and that pediatric specialist, again, dilated the eyes, did the normal eye exams, and again, she said, okay, his macula isn't reflecting, and there was two things that she thought he could have, which was fovea hypoplasia, which is like a very rare macular type degeneration in children. It's not common at all. And then the other one is a cone dystrophy. But she was more concerned with the macula because it was not reflecting. So from that point on, we were referred to Children's Mercy, which I have high respect for, and I believe is one of the best places that we could go in Kansas. And he's seen the specialist at Children's Mercy, and due to my uncle, going blind at a young age and having some severe eye issues, they were looking for like retinitis pigmentosus and other things that run in the family. And that eye specialist said that he didn't notice any of those effects happening, so what he wanted was 4-month follow-ups. So we continued to do 4-month follow-ups with the regular optometrist here, and when it came back for his annual eye exam this year, the optometrist said he was just at a loss for words and didn't understand why Vincent couldn't read the letters on the board, but he can read a chapter book that's right in front of him or anything in broad daylight. We've been noticing, like when we went to Disneyland, the lighted pathways, he can't see anything in front of him, he can't see anything at dark, so we were thinking night blindness. So we were referred back to Children's Mercy, and the doctor seen him and told us that there was a new test that they came out with. It's called an ERG. It's kind of like a EKG, which sends pulses. The EKG sends pulses through the heart to see how it's functioning. Well, this test sends pulses through the eye and optical area to see how the eyes are functioning. And what they do is they just put some stickers right here on the child's eye, and they have this little machine that they hook up to the little side of it, and then they put it around their eye like this, and they take pictures. They do this both in the light and in the dark. So when you do it, it's a real quick test at first. They have to dilate the eyes for it, and then they turn off the lights, make sure that nothing can be seen, like they put blankets under the door. and it tests the rods and cones pretty much. So just last week, Vincent had this done, and at this point, both in the light and in the dark, his rods and cones are not working. They're not functioning. They're not showing up on the charts. The weird thing about it is that Vincent plays sports and he does perfectly fine. He has day-to-day life. It's normally fine. He sees color. He can read chapter books. He can see far away, but he can't see at night. So, at this point, all we know is that his rods and cones are not working. Of course, we're doing our research. We're trying to find out, you know, what it could possibly be, but as a parent, that can also be very bad. I'm thinking it's probably a rod or cone dystrophy, which is honestly pretty uncommon in children. I think 1 in every 30,000 children have it. And there's a couple things that can happen. It can be non-progressive, meaning that he's just going to have glasses the rest of his life. He may not be able to drive at night due to the night blindness. Or it can be progressive, and what will start to happen is that other than the night blindness that he pretty much already has, then he'll start to lose his color function. It'll start with peripheral first, kind of leading into tunnel vision, and can eventually lead to full blindness. It's pretty hard as a parent. Hearing that, I wanted to cry. You don't, when your child's in that situation and you're helpless, you don't know what to do. But we're going to stay positive. We've decided to look into having our entire family take Braille. That way, if he does go blind, we know how to communicate. He'll know how to read things. Something else that we are doing is just kind of doing our research. We read something that with cone dystrophy, at least, antioxidants are supposed to help and make it less progressive. So we use a specific vitamin that the kids take every day that has both vitamins E and C, which are antioxidants, and then red foods like apples, raspberries, strawberries, any of those type of red foods have a lot of antioxidants, so we're going to start doing that. Vincent is also going to start equine therapy, which is horse therapy. We were starting this before we found out this news, but I think that it's going to be good just to have a therapist to be able to work with him in case he does lose his vision. Vincent is only 7, so you can imagine it's kind of hard to explain to him all of the side effects, but he's a very smart kid, and one of his things is that he does want to be a doctor. So when I told him, you know, this is what we've heard so far, I said, if you wake up and you can't see or something's blurry, you need to let us know. Just to keep us informed. We were sitting outside today and he was looking at the colors. It was a real nice day. And I said, Vincent, there are chances that you could lose the color, you know, and everything will just kind of be gray. And we just take it one day at a time and let him know that, hey, you could slowly lose your vision and it could be gone. But we also tried to inspire him to let him know that there are a lot of smart and successful people out there who do not have vision. So at this point, I'm making this video just to make everybody aware because A, it's not very common. B, it is a disability, and having a 7-year-old that you didn't think this would happen to, I want to encourage all the moms out there not to give up, or even the dads if you're a dad taking care of your child, and instead find a way to have an outlet. Take therapy with him. Take Braille with him. Think outside the box and think about what you can do in the meantime. One thing when all this started happening is we decided we were going to take as many trips and let him see as many things as possible. I've gotten a lot of slack about this because I don't make all that much money, to be honest. Working as a social worker, you really don't make that much money. And then having a family of 4. But we went to Disneyland, we went to Branson, and we're getting ready to go to the Bahamas. What we do is every little bit of change that we get, we put in a jar and we save it back for our vacations. Instead of going out and buying a bunch of stuff, you know, we put that money back that we would use. I coupon, I do everything to save things, and the only thing we can do is live every day at a time and try to make the best for him. So I want to share this video with everybody just so you have a little bit of encouragement and information. And as we go through this process, I will continue to make videos and just keep everybody up to date. Please don't hesitate to ask questions, maybe if you're going through the same thing, and just be aware. Thank you.